Good evening, and welcome to 2022 election night in Georgia. Tonight, the voters of Georgia will elect their next senator. Will they re-elect incumbent Democrat Raphael Warnock, or replace him with former football star Herschel Walker? Tonight, the voters decide. It's now 7 o'clock p.m. on the East Coast, and normally if this were a national election, we'd have poll closings in all of the yellow states, but tonight, it's only in Georgia, and the polls have just closed in Georgia. Now, we do want to remind you, before we give you the first results of the night, we do want to remind you of the current Senate makeup. Obviously, the rest of the midterms are finished. Democrats held on to their seats in Nevada, Arizona, New Hampshire. They flipped a seat in Pennsylvania, but were unable to win seats in Ohio, North Carolina, or Wisconsin. So right now they have 50 seats, Republicans at 49, and then that remaining seat is Georgia. So while Georgia will not determine who has control of the Senate tonight, it will either bolster that Democratic majority, or it will give Republicans a bit of momentum heading into the 2024 cycle. So, that being said, we are about to get our first returns in this high-profile race, and right now we can report that Democrat Raphael Warnock is trailing Herschel Walker again. Only about 5% of the vote has been reported, but we'll show you what the map looks like again. All the yellow counties have some votes in, none of them are fully reported, but as you can see, these are all Republican counties, especially from the northern part of the state that is, very Republican leaning, and right now Herschel Walker has a strong lead over Raphael Warnock, although again we're going to have to see if that can hold over the evening as we get more returns from Atlanta. But again, good start for Herschel Walker. You always would rather be ahead, and right now he's getting his numbers out of these rural counties. Now, we do have a key race alert. We've just gotten a couple more votes in. It's now up to 12% reporting, and Walker's lead has narrowed down. It's now 62-38 roughly. Warnock gaining here. As you can see, we have a few counties, those dark yellow counties in the north have fully reported. We're getting a lot more counties from the central part of the state though, and they are still breaking for Walker, but again, the margins are a bit closer here. So Warnock now closing the gap to put a 24.5 point margin for Herschel Walker. Now, we have another key race alert, Georgia up to 12% reporting. We just got another big dump of votes, and it expanded Herschel Walker's lead this time. It was from a Republican-leaning, group of counties, and as you can see, a lot of those counties in the northeast part of the state, they are fully reporting, and that's really good for Raphael Warnock, because I guess you could say those votes have all been tabulated. But again, you'd always, rather be winning, and right now Warnock has gained a little bit, but he's still down by over 30 points. It's going to be a long night for him if these numbers continue to come in. We have another key race alert here. We can report that a bunch of ballots have just been counted from the Atlanta area, and they have got this race to within single digits right now. Raphael Warnock at 45.6%, Herschel Walker at 54.4%, with just under 40% of the vote counted. Let's take a look at where these votes are from. Again, a lot of these smaller counties have fully reported their ballots. So as you can see, actually the majority of counties have counted everything, or at least all except for the military and absentee ballots. But if you take a look at where the bigger counties are, especially in the Atlanta area, or Chatham County, Muskogee County, and the county that Augusta is in, those counties have not fully reported. Actually, some of them are actually barely reporting. Although again, right now Warnock, big surge there. Now, we just got news of another vote dump from the rural areas, and that has increased Herschel Walker's lead to about, back to where he was before, but a 16.5 point lead over Raphael Warnock. And we'll show you where those votes are coming in now. We just got a big southern dump, which again, big news for Herschel Walker there, that he was able to bank those votes. But now it's going to come down to how these Atlanta, the city itself, and how these suburbs vote. Let's take a look at a key race alert we just got. Raphael Warnock has gained. He's up to just under 45%, with about 63% of the vote reporting. Again, polls closed almost 2.5 hours ago, and we still do not have a call in this race. It looks like it's going to be very close, but Herschel Walker maintains that lead he's had all night. But again, Warnock, most of the votes left are expected to favor him. The question is by how much. Will it be enough to get him over that finish line? We're going to, stay here to figure out. So we just got another key race alert. Big dump of votes out of Atlanta. We now have 78% of the vote reporting, and Raphael Warnock at 46.7%. Will it be enough? We don't know yet. As you can see, the remaining counties are all from Democratic-leaning counties, with the exception of a few of those Atlanta exurbs. But again, these are counties, specifically Fulton, DeKalb, and Chatham, where under 50% of the vote is in. That's really good for Warnock because he has a lot of votes left to be counted. But again, we're going to have to see how much he can bank if the turnout's high enough to, overcome the advantage that Herschel Walker has right now. And we just got a big report out of the state of Georgia. We can now report that with 85% of votes counted, the gap is now closer than it's ever been. It's just a 3.2% advantage for for Herschel Walker over Raphael Warnock. Again, it's now 3 hours 8 minutes since polls have closed, and we don't know who's going to win. But again, 85% of votes have been counted, and Walker has that 3.2% lead. So again, almost all the counties have fully reported, but a lot of big ones haven't. Like I said, Chatham County, home to Savannah, not fully in. That's actually Warnock's home county. And if you look at those two big counties in the center of the Atlanta area, look at Fulton, look at DeKalb, those counties not even 80% in yet, so a lot of votes there. Now, we just got big news. The race is functionally tied at this point. Herschel Walker has a 200 vote lead over Raphael Warnock, but again, functionally tied statewide with 9% of the vote left to be reported. That's a big jump for Raphael Warnock because, again, we just got our final returns from those Atlanta suburban counties that did break for him by a couple of points, and that is why he's now just trailing by a couple hundred votes. And now we just got big news. Just a few minutes later, we have a massive dump of votes that just came in, and it gave the Reverend a lead over Herschel Walker, about a 0.6% advantage with 93% of votes counted. As you can see, we just got our final returns on those suburban counties in Atlanta, as well as Chatham, which is where Savannah is. But again, right now Warnock has a 0.6% lead, and we do have, we still have some remaining votes, but they're from areas that are expected to be very favorable to him. So Walker looking like his campaign is on life support at this point in time. And as you can see right now, we just got a big projection we can make. Warnock just took a 1.6% lead with 96% of votes reporting. As you can see right here, we can now project that Raphael Warnock will be reelected as senator from Georgia. This is big because we just got our final dump from DeKalb County, which is Atlanta. That was very big for Raphael Warnock, and it gave him a bigger lead. And now with our final tallies in, it's now 6 o'clock in the morning on the East Coast. Final tallies in from Fulton County. That was the last county to report their votes. Again, big Atlanta County, big for Warnock. He has taken that lead statewide, and it's going to be about a 2.5-point victory. As you can see, he swept the Atlanta area, even flipped Fayette County. Did fairly well in the central part of the state, but again, still a bit of bleeding there due to right trends. And then, of course, he held down the fort in Savannah, his home county of Chatham. So, again, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and comment down your prediction down to the margin, right? Warnock plus 0.6, Walker plus 1.4. Tell me what you think, and I'll pin the best or the most accurate comment after the election happens. So again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all tomorrow.